Hey y'all. So this message probably will not be polished, um, but I'm gonna share it with y'all anyway, and I'm gonna give it to y'all as best as I can. So I was at my Bible study last night, and man, we dug deep. And yes, I know some of y'all are watching, and some of y'all have been watching my profile, and y'all like Bible. The way she was dancing. Listen, don't judge me and miss the message that God has for you. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. You better open your heart up to be able to receive however He gonna give it to you. Speaking of that, that kind of plays into what God delivered to me to speak at my Bible study. Before I got onto my Bible study, y'all know how the Holy Spirit be moving. The Holy Spirit showed me some information about Nineveh. Nineveh was the place that Jonah did not want to go to deliver a message. So he called himself running away from his calling. He hopped on a boat, and then things got crazy for him and everybody on the boat. So he had to hop inside of the water, and he got swallowed in the mouth of the whale. The fish. Here's the thing about that. God is so intentional because Nineveh repented quickly. But the reason why they repented so quickly is because they were heavy with idolatry. They worshiped idol gods. One of those idol gods was Oannes, and this was the fish god. So this fish god was a representation of divine wisdom. The fish would be by their mythology and legend, would show up with a man in its mouth to deliver divine wisdom to them. So when Jonah did what he did, it set up a stage. It literally set up a stage for Nineveh to receive a message in the capacity that they had to receive it. Now, because they didn't see what went on behind the scenes and know the God behind the scenes, of course, inevitably, they fell back into the same patterns of what they were doing. And God destroyed Nineveh completely. But that ain't even what we studied yesterday. We tapped on that. But the reason why God gave me that is because I was reading Matthew chapter 16. And in Matthew chapter 16, Jesus told the Pharisees and the Sadducees, basically, I ain't giving y'all no sign, get up out my face. Because at the end of the day, what they had just witnessed and heard about is that Jesus fed 4,000 people. Jesus fed 5,000 people. And the resources were scarce. He had just released the Canaanite woman's daughter from being demon possessed because of her faith. Like, Jesus told this woman, it is not right to give the children's bread to the dogs. And this woman told Jesus, she's like, well, even the dogs eat the crumbs from the master's table. So Jesus is like, okay, sis, you have a faith like I have never. Consider your daughter healed. But see, he told the Pharisees, when they come and asking for signs, and all of what he's done, they still questioning him. They still asking him for signs. He's like, y'all ain't gonna see no sign except for the sign of Jonah. And the sign of Jonah had everything to do with the fact that God used Jonah to deliver a message. 3 days, 3 nights, he was inside that well. So Jesus let them know, for 3 days and 3 nights, I'm gonna be inside this tomb. But then when I get up, y'all are gonna witness that tomb is gonna be empty, and that I'm going to ascend to heaven. Then this is what he told his disciples. He didn't break it down for the Pharisees like that, because he didn't fool with them. He had boundaries. Jesus is not the type of person that explains himself to people who don't want to hear. And he told his disciples, do not be the type of person that explains something to people who want to hear. That's a message for somebody. Because y'all think y'all be planting seeds, and as soon as you throw that little word out there, guess what? It's getting ate up. Them folks ain't trying to hear that mess. Especially us as adults. They know what they doing. They knew that they did something wrong. They know that they're judging you. And you giving any type of what you call a seed is doing nothing but getting ate up and allowing you to be trapped in this space of going back and forth, where your soul is kind of captured in this argument to the point where you are not focused. You're distracted from what you need to actually be focused on. I don't know who that message was for, but if you watching this up until this point, you gonna see that it's for you. Um, but yeah, so when God tells you to do something and he gives you an identity, you don't owe anyone an explanation for that. And the reason being, and this is specific too, and I'm not I'm not a person that's not included in this type of message. Ooh, God had to slap me with it first. But religious people, or just whatever difficult people that you're dealing with in general, it is not that they don't know your worth. It sometimes looks like you showed up looking like what you shouldn't look like, so I can't receive the message. Some of y'all, because of what you don't like, this fake surface level mask that you expect for everybody to wear in order to appease you that they're not wearing, you write them off. You write them off. You missing out on opportunities. You missing out on your blessings. Why? Because you refuse to step into spaces and places with people that you don't like. And half of y'all don't like them without reason. You just don't like them because they don't look like, talk like, or act like what you want. They don't meet your expectations. But I'm trying to tell you, there are some people that are out there that are going to be the best thing for you that you are not going to be able to witness. And by the time you actually notice them, they'll be moving on, and God's glory God's glory is going to be revealed in them. So don't just, and if you are on the other side of that, do not despise small beginnings. Respect your journey and honor where it is that you are right now. Because at the end of the day, can't nobody take away nothing from you that God actually has for you. You have to go through your process. Jesus had to endure the humiliation. In this same chapter of Matthew that I'm reading, Peter has insight about who Jesus is. He says that he is the Messiah. This is the first time that this is truly named by the disciples. He says that he is the Messiah, and Jesus tells him, "You know that because of my Father in heaven." But then Peter turns around and tells Jesus, "Never, Lord," when Jesus tells him how he's going to have to die. We know in part and we prophesy in part, which means you don't know nobody's whole story. So you don't really have the full authority to be in disagreement or judge them based on what their journey looks like. I'm going to just pin it right there because honestly, that's a whole lot of meat. And I know some of y'all still drinking milk. But overall, one, don't miss out on your encounter with God because it does not look like what you want it to look like. Number two, don't receive an encounter just because it does look like what you think it should look like before you test the spirit that it came from. Three, understand that you don't know the whole story. And what was the last one? Oh, you're going to be a witness to the glory. Don't despise small beginnings. Bye, y'all.